Alright guys, how you doing? It's Rabea, hope you're all good. So, another ridiculously warm day in Brighton. I have been sent a lot of cool things over the last few months, so I thought, how about I do one video about all the cool gadgets and pedals that I've received over the last couple of months that you guys should be aware of, because they're all wicked and they deserve your time and attention. I thought it'd probably be interesting to show you guys the kind of thing I would consider a handyman's must or a touring standard or anything like that, and that is the Leatherman. So everyone knows what a Leatherman is. Leatherman are a huge tool brand and they do multi-tools, and you can get them in all different sizes and they all range in price. I came across on Amazon that you can get the Leatherman rebar, which is this one, for 50 quid. And I tell you what, for what I need as a touring musician, as someone that, you know, like fixes my guitars and amps and like the odd bit of DIY, very rarely, but if I do, this actually comes in handy more than anything else. You've got things like your screwdriver, you've got like various different kinds of knife, and all this stuff is actually really useful. And I've already done plenty of things that I wouldn't have been able to do without it. So that's great. 50 quid, Amazon, can't really go wrong. Next up is a gadget I think you're all going to massively appreciate if you don't already know about it. If you like gigs, going to festivals, you're in a band yourself and you want to get quick scratch recordings of new songs, then this is really cool. This is the Shure MV88, which is an iPhone microphone. It's specific for iPhone. It clips on the bottom, really high quality, sort of an ambient room style mic, and you can use it for speech, you can use it for live gigs and all that kind of stuff. And they're about £125, which, to be fair, isn't too much considering the amount of use, for me at least, I've got out of it. So the app that comes with it is the Shure Motive. This little diagram here shows you the area of which the XY is picking up the sound. So if you stood at the back of a venue, you can put it like this. And if you're talking more directional, like for speech, and it has presets, so it's going to be more directional for talking. And I'm going to do this whilst I'm also on camera. So here we go. Okay, we're recording on the front camera. I'm going to click so that it's clap synced. And now you can hear the quality of the room mic, which is there, and the quality of the Shure MV88. So here it is. Testing 1, 2. Woo! So as you can imagine, that's mega handy for guys that like to watch live gigs or do any kind of field recording or anything like that. It's a really quick and easy alternative for shooting with your iPhone. The next gadget I've got to show you is a wicked new gadget from D'Addario. Now, we all know and love D'Addario. They make incredible strings and incredible accessories for guitarists. I'm not sure it's available yet, but they sent it across, so I thought I'd share it with you all. And that is the new Micro NS tuner. So essentially what this is it's a sound hole tuner. It's supposed to clip on the inside of the sound hole of an acoustic guitar, and it's there for you so you can see it at the bottom of the sound hole, and whenever you're playing you can see if you're in tune or not. And it's meant to be the most sensitive tuner that they've developed at D'Addario, so I thought, why not test it in real time? So I have a Faith Naked Venus guitar, and I'm going to clip this on the inside of the guitar here. Right, so as you can see, it's just this tiny little thing here. You can't really see it, but my guitar's out of tune, and I'm gonna tune it. Okay, so now it's in tune, let's have a listen. To be fair, it works. I can't really complain. It was pretty easy to tune up. It's incredibly easy to see. Just in there. Anyway, that is the new Micro NS tuner from D'Addario. Next on my gadgets to be aware of is a brand new set of in-ear headphones from Meze, and that is the Neo 11s. Now these are completely titanium coated driver headphones. They're a new model that have come out. They're about €49.99. So work out the conversion into pounds or dollars. You can get them online at mezeheadphones.com, and I always like the packaging with the Meze stuff because it's just really, well thought through. I have the 99 Classic on-ear headphones, which are mega cool for listening to music. Just so you guys are aware, these aren't like in-ear monitors for gigging. You could try them, but these are meant for listening to music for your own leisure. So that's why you would get these. The cable that they've used, it's a really nice kind of almost like a carbon fiber woven style cable. So I don't think it'd be that easy to snap unless you were trying to do that. 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz, which is sort of your fairly average, but at the same time that is quite a wide frequency spectrum to get sound from. So, and it looks like there's a nice dip around 1K, so they're not going to be too harsh on your ears. Love their products, love what they're doing. They've always been really cool with me, so I highly recommend you check them out because they do good quality headphones. So there you go. So that's it for gadgets I think you should be aware of. We're moving on to the pedals that I think you should be aware of. Now, there's only a couple that I've got to show you today, but they're both sort of small-time companies that are trying to get more awareness, so I thought this would be a cool way to put them both into the same video because they do very different things. So firstly, we're going to be looking at lbergue Audio, which are a Norwegian pedal manufacturer. You might have seen these pedals on Frog Leap Studios channel, and I was sent the reverb and the delay, so that's the ROM and the echo. I've got a close-up cam so you can see the pedals. Now the difference is obviously one's delay, one's reverb, but the layout is identical. The cool thing, and the reason that I put them in this video, is because they can be controlled wirelessly. This is the lbergue Aero. Now this is an optional purchase for the pedals, but what it essentially does is it allows you to wirelessly control the pedals, and it comes with a cool little fitting for your mic stand for the side of your guitar amplifier. You can pin this anywhere you want, so on stage you can grab it and then mess around and do some really cool stuff. To sync the Aero with the lbergue pedal, you simply hold the effects select on the pedal and then plug the power in, and then that takes it into pairing mode. So once it's on, you'll see the LEDs will flash, and then all you need to do is you need to hold the left arrow button on the Aero, and then you just need to hold the big wheel on top and turn it on. And what that will do is that will flash a few different colors on the LED, and it means you've paired with the pedal, and that's it. So I will show you exactly how that works. So at the minute I've got the ROM set with everything kind of halfway, so you can just hear the general gist of the reverb. It's a nice reverb. It's definitely got some more of that kind of ambient vibe to it, which is something that I really like. So let me give you a demonstration of what the echo sounds like. As I said, it's a reasonably straightforward pedal because you've got your level, you've got your feedback, and you've got your time. So it is straightforward, but let's have a listen to how it sounds. So let's add the reverb to it now. They're a great sounding pair of pedals. I mean, the good thing is having them as a pair means you can control them using the Aero. The pedals themselves are £230 each, which you can find on the internet. Best place in the UK that it seems to show up is Gear for Music, so go on there and check them out. And the Aero itself is £100. So if you were to get the Aero and the pedal, it'd be £330. So now I'm going to show the cool bit. I'm going to use the wireless remote to control the delay because I figured that'd be an obvious change in sound. So here we go, here's the Aero. Already paired it up with the pedal, going through that process that I showed you earlier. So now let's see how it works. So as you can see on the ground, we've got the echo and the ROM. So firstly, I'm going to turn on the echo. Oh, that's so cool. So now I can control, so you can see the light moves between time, level and feedback, and I'm actually controlling that with the remote. And the big wheel turns it up and down, see? That is so cool. So as you can see, I'm changing the time. All the way up is slower. And all the way down is faster. It's like having a handheld expression pedal. Okay, so now we've engaged tap tempo. Say I want it to go slower. So at the minute it's like this. And I want it to be slower, so. That's really cool. And then you can obviously control it with the wheel anyway. That's very handy. So that's how flexible it is using the Aero. And again, this works and pairs up with any lbergue audio stomp box that you can get. And they all do different stuff. So they're just mega, it's just a cool idea really. So that's why I thought I'd include it in the video. So last and by certainly no means least, this is another pedal that I think you guys should be aware of. So hopefully you guys know who Green Carrot pedals are. If you don't, Rob's definitely been using one of their pedals for a long time, the Corn Star. I also used it on a random pedals in the cupboard video that I made. And they're a really cool pedal company. They're really small, but they make really cool pedals and a lot of guys are using them. So that's really nice. And we're going to be looking at the Pumpkin Pie. That's one of their their dual muff pedals that they do. And I know of this pedal from a good friend of mine, Andrew Gross from Arcane Roots, who told me the Pumpkin Pie is his #1 sort of fuzz muff pedal. So this pedal is split up into 2 different types of fuzz, or muff as it were. Green Russian style muff, which apparently is really quite a famous, loved muff sound. And they've added a 3-way tonal switch on the side, as you can see there. And what that does is it gives you a between 4 and 10 dB boost. And it's a really straightforward layout. So let me show you what this guitar sounds like on its own. Now I'm going to throw in the sort of Green Russian muff. This pedal strikes me as the type of thing already that you really want to hear through a full stack, you know, like obviously sounds killer in the room, but I want to hear it moving some air, you know, with an amp turned right up. So definitely going to take this down to the rehearsal room. So that's the first side, the Green Russian muff side, if you want to call it that. So the second channel is an IC78 style muff, which apparently was made famous by Billy Corgan of Smashing Pumpkins on the Siamese Dream album. He used that sounding muff. Apparently it's really modern sounding, so that's cool. And the reason it's called an IC78 is because it has an IC chip in it, an IC transistor, I believe it could be. Again, I don't build pedals, I'm not one of those guys. However, it's a cool sounding muff. So I'm going to show you the IC78 side, and then the best thing about the Pumpkin Pie is you can blend them, and you can use all the features that you can of each side together and blend in great, really dirty, intense fuzz tones. Again, it makes me want to hurt my ears and go into a big room. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to not touch anything. I'm going to show you both individually, and then I'm going to put them together and then mess around. So here we go. So they're both pretty filthy. If we put them together, it should be unbelievable. I definitely broke a sweat during that because, to be fair, it's so intense. I want to get to a room and try that out. The cool thing about it is that even though there's so much power and sound coming out of the pedal, such to the point where it's almost uncontrollable, it's almost got, it's, for me, like Rob said it a million times, we say it together, sometimes pedals are songwriting pedals, sometimes pedals are fun pedals, sometimes pedals are, you know, quirky and they just do one thing. For me, this is definitely one of those. In the short amount of time I was having a riff around, I came up with a few cool riffs that I might even, you know, develop into songs. And that's something that it does. It gives you that sort of sound. It puts it into a box, into a context where you go, I could make a song out of this. So I really like it. A really, really, really good thing is that the price point is £130 plus postage and packaging. And that is a ridiculously good price for a dual fuzz that does all those different things. For £130, you can't really go wrong. So there is my video on cool gadgets and cool pedals that I think you guys need to be aware of. All of the stuff that I've shown you guys today is all available on the market, super fun, super easy to use, and some of it is mega handy and will continue to be mega handy for a long time. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, something a bit different. But anyway, take it easy guys, and I'll see you soon.